This was a long time ago. I was 14, maybe 13, and I was just hanging on this bridge. I remember that I changed my mind, but once you're hanging like that, you made a decision. Nobody's going to save you. You're just hanging. What I do remember is 4 times I said, when am I going to hit? When am I going to hit? When I finally hit, went straight down to the bottom, almost. I was young and impulsive, really not thinking about what I was doing. And some guy walked up to me and he says, "You're really lucky because guys have died doing what you did." Anyway, today I want to talk about depression a little bit. All right, disclaimer, this is just sharing my experience. 36 years ago, 1984, when my MS came on, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my whole body was numb, it was cold, vision problems, spastic hands, lasted like that for about a month. And finally, after a few months, it went away. So I was depressed. I was really depressed for a long time. And even though I could, after it all kind of calmed down a little bit, I was still depressed. I was depressed for years. And I used to think about suicide. And I had a family, I had a nice girlfriend, I had a lot of things going for me, but I was depressed, you know? And it was something that was with me all the time. Thoughts just floated in, floated out. I remember one time I saw on the news where somebody was talking about depression, and they said, if you got a gun, don't get rid of the guns, get rid of any weapons. I listened to them, I didn't have any weapons. I get help, I got help, but I was still depressed. And we lived by San Francisco, and I always used to dream about driving up to the San Francisco bridge and just jumping out of my car and just jumping over the bridge. I never really thought about what it was like when I was hanging on that one bridge when I was a kid. Those thoughts, because you got kind of irrational. You don't think about anything hardly. You're just so sad. And I got help. I was on antidepressants, and it was a struggle for a long time. And a few things helped me, I guess. Family, my wife. I read one time where counselor might help you, your doctor might help you, but your significant other, that really makes a difference too. They're there with you all the time, and she really was caring and positive, and she was really there for me, and just kind of tolerated me as I was dealing with my stuff. And probably one of the reasons I'm talking about this right now is because we were talking about suicide, because a lot, you read about it in the paper, and she says, well, you can talk about it because you lived it. And so did she, actually. Thinking about it, she lived it too with me, and when I think about suicide, it's important to talk about it because we can still get help, But nowadays, what really concerns me about suicide is it's like that kid that was hanging on the bridge. You're just doing something impulsive, no real thought. And once you're doing and you're caught up, it's like too late. I couldn't get off that bridge. Nobody was going to help me. Even if I changed my mind, it was too late. So it's not too late. If you're dealing with sadness, depression, life has changed. I get that. Everything changed, and people don't understand. I mean, really, do people understand? I mean, it's even hard for us to understand, right? Because, I mean, our body, one day we got this symptom, then we have that symptom, then the symptom goes away, it comes and goes, it gets worse one day. Who could really understand numbness and burning in your hands, or, how can they understand when you're in really bad pain, or extreme, on and on and on and on. I've read MS over 30 symptoms, so probably more. I call MS many symptoms. But anyhow, so here I am, 36 years later, had a good life. This message is, if you're dealing with depression, talk to a counselor, talk to someone who will listen, talk therapy, You know, antidepressants. Some people have chemical imbalances. We might need that. You know, reach out, go to the support groups. You know, the support groups help me a lot. You know, read positive affirmations. You know, a lot of them were good. One time this guy told me, you know, think of it as a challenge. You know, I was talking to this one guy and I told him, hey man, I was healthy all my life, exercising and eating good, and I still got sick. And he says, well, maybe that's why you didn't get so sick and you're able to get better and recover. That's true. And this one lady, she told me your attitude will determine your altitude. I always tell my daughter, because she had a lot of stuff going on in her life too, I always said, you can be your own best friend or your own worst enemy. Be your own best friend. Yeah. You know, and know that it's not it's a challenge. For me, it's a challenge. And a lot of people don't understand, you know. Finally, someone that I know, you know, a lot of stories, but this one story, this lady, she was dying of cancer. And I knew her for a long time. She was my mom's friend. And then one day she was talking to me. She says, now I know what it's like for you. Well, not entirely true, right? But she felt empathy. Maybe she was dealing with depression. Maybe she had pain. I don't know. But she felt like she was connecting. So we really can expect a lot of people to understand and connect with us. Even though, if you go to the groups, those group members, they probably have more understanding. So I can talk about this today, but for a long time I couldn't talk about it. There's a lot of things that I can talk about today that I couldn't talk about a long time ago. My daughter, when she was 12, she ran away to San Francisco. Gone for a month. I couldn't talk about it then. Still kind of hits me, but at least I can talk about it, you know? And in the process of talking about it, I've helped other people that helped me. And that's how it goes with the disease process too. Dealing not just with MS, but a whole bunch of diseases. And it's important that we're there for each other and we help each other. And that you're there for yourself. Be there for yourself, really. This is what it's about, you know. If you're depressed, get some help, man. You know, listen to good music, you know, figure out a way to make yourself feel well, get busy. Saw that movie Shawshank Redemption when one of those guys says you got to get busy living or get busy dying. Get busy living. There's so much to do. We can still do a lot. We can still have a great life. I've had a great life. And if you're out there and you're listening to this video, and thank you for taking the time for listening to it. You know, it's going to help you. We help each other. A lot of people help me, and that's why I take the time to make these videos and help others, because a lot of people are there for me. And I'm here and I'm happy. I've had MS for a long time. I know, even though it's rough for you, you know, trust me, I've had it. Remember when I started this? Total body numbness, cold body, visual problems, spasticity. MS has a mind of its own. I don't have all those symptoms, but I still have the symptoms. So be positive and be proactive and get busy living. George from California, take care. Namaste.